Hey everyone, it's Jason from Chili Piper. And in this video, I'm going to show you some of the information that we write to Salesforce on the event whenever you book a meeting through Chili Meetings. So know that whenever you book a meeting through Chili Meetings, you have the ability to automatically create an event in Salesforce. Now, you have a lot of flexibility with this too, though, because you can choose at a workspace level or right down to an individual meeting type level whether you want to create that event. And you also have the ability to dictate whether you want the event to be related to the opportunity, the account, or a custom object. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to automate these CRM actions. Now I'm on an event record in Salesforce, and I just want to talk about some of the custom Chili Piper fields that we write to the event. And there's an article on our Help Center. If you go and just search Salesforce reports using Chili Piper fields at help.chilipiper.com, it'll give you a lot of inspiration in terms of like the different reports and dashboards that you can build using these custom fields. So we'll go back to our record and just highlight a couple of the custom fields. So one is assigned to, and this is the person that the meeting is assigned to on your team. But there's also one for booked by. And if you book a meeting for yourself, say through Instant Booker, then you'd see what you see here. Liz is the booker, but Liz is also the person it's assigned to. But say, for instance, if you have a hot workspace and you have hot license holders within Chili Piper, they could book meetings for a handoff use case. So an SDR could automatically route a meeting and book it in an AE's calendar. And in that case, the SDR would be the booked by and the assigned to would be an account executive. Then go down and you can also see that we have booked by prospect. And when that box is checked, that means that the prospect booked this meeting. And that would mean that they booked it through a booking link, through Concierge, if they filled out an inbound form on your website and booked the meeting through Concierge, or say, for instance, if you embedded suggested times in an email. So in those cases, the prospect or the customer, the guest is booking the meeting, and this box will be checked. If you're booking through a queue, again, having to do with hot license holders, if you are automatically routing through a meeting queue, you would be able to know what queue was used, and you'd be able to know what meeting type would be used. And that goes across both spicy and hot license holders. So just being able to know what meeting type was used to book this meeting. The response status is related to whether this guest has accepted the meeting, just the invite, and said that they're going to attend. Moving over to the right, we can see the number of times it was rescheduled. So a meeting booked through Chili Meetings, you have the option to include a smart rescheduling link, which basically makes it easy for the guest to be able to reschedule that meeting in just a couple of clicks. You can actually see how many times they rescheduled this meeting. Through no-show management, so on every invite that's sent through Chili Meetings, your reps have the ability to go in and mark it as a no-show or attended. And so through that no-show management, that comes over into the event as well. So you can see if this meeting was a no-show. You can also see if it was canceled by the guest. You can also see if it was reassigned. In this case, again, with a handoff use case, if it's assigned to one rep and it needs to be reassigned to a new account executive, for example, you can see if it was reassigned. And you can also see the router name. And this has to do with Concierge. So with if you have a hot workspace, if you have license holders who have a hot license and you're using our Concierge inbound router to automatically schedule inbound meetings when people complete a web form, you can see what router was used to be able to book that meeting. Or if you're using say you have a handoff use case and you're using Instant Booker and you're automatically routing meetings to an account executive, you can see what router was used. So all of this information becomes really useful when you're starting to build dashboards and reports to report on the meetings that are being held, the different success metrics related to these meetings, and also things like rep productivity. So I'd encourage you to check out that support article. But just know that there is a ton of flexibility in terms of how you can report on events within Salesforce and a lot of flexibility in terms of custom reports that you can build using these custom Chili Piper fields.